Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the feature race at Woodbine on Sunday, the $100,000 Wando Stakes for 3-year-olds going 1 1/16 on the Tapeta racing surface. You can play this nice Woodbine card on Sunday with a DRF Bets account. Deposit $100, bet with $250. Learn more at bets.drf.com. Let's meet the field for the Wando. Trainer Mark Cassie has a third of the field, and he has the 2 morning line favorites. Let's start with the number 3, Skywire, who won the first 2 starts of his career, including a sloppy non-winners of one other than race on dirt at Gulfstream Park. I just really couldn't find his excuse in the Jeff Ruby Stakes last time out, Mike. I realized he was down inside and maybe he didn't like that, but that pace was fast and I expected him to do some running. I wasn't the only one. He was 7-2 in that race.
Yeah, I thought it was a step back for him, to be sure. I thought his first 2 races were fine. You know, his debut win over this track, sprinting, I thought was maybe more workmanlike, but maybe he's just not really a sprinter. He won easily over that sloppy track at Gulfstream, but I don't know, man. I'm not sure that him being the favorite in this race thrills me that much. I don't know that he has really any edge at all over a couple of these horses.
Let's take a look at the Timeform US pace projector for this race. It is a small field and a blue bar scenario favoring horses on or near the early lead. We've got a 20-1 shot that might have an advantageous scenario. That's the 5, Insider Trading, who is adding blinkers, won the career debut, going 1 1/16 at a big price. That's not easy, but was no match for federal law in the first start against winners. I won't hold the Cutler Bay against him.
I won't hold that against him either, but it's pretty clear just from looking at him on paper that he has to take a huge step forward if he's going to beat this field. He's just not fast enough to beat these horses, and I don't think even if he does get clear on the early lead, I don't know if that's going to be enough.
The number 4, Candy Crush'em, is sitting in mid-pack on the pace projector. He is listed on our final PPs as a first-time gelding for this race. He got a perfect trip to win his maiden at Gulfstream 2 starts back. I mean, he saved ground and then a hole opened up on the rail that you could drive a truck through. Candy Crush'em's not as big as a truck, but he took advantage and he won by a nose. He didn't get that trip in the Cutler Bay and he didn't run very well, and he's trying synthetic for the first time.
Yeah, he's got a surface switch here, which, you know, I guess he could handle it. I won't be surprised if he runs fine. He's got figures that say he can contend with these horses, but I would want a pretty big price if I was going to bet.
Shipping up from Tampa Bay Downs is the number 1, Global Access, and we have a formulator fact for his trainer, Michael Trombetta. Over the past 3 years, when Trombetta moves horses from turf to synthetic, 39% winners, 20 of 28 on the board, a 317 ROI, and it's not like Global Access isn't already proven on synthetic. I really liked his maiden win when they stretched him out 3 furlongs in his second lifetime start. Last time out, you know, he was wide on the far turn. He was trying to lug in the stretch. He looks very, very green, but it's apparent he has some talent.
Yeah, he can really run this horse, and it looks like he's really headed the right way, too, coming back to a surface that you already know that he likes. I liked his maiden win, and I actually felt like he ran fine in the display stakes as well. He couldn't really impact that race late, but they kept him on a pretty big hold in that race for a long time, and right when they tried to make their run in there, Sir Winston was opening up on that field around the turn. The pace really started to pick up at that point. He just couldn't really gain any significant ground, but he didn't run poorly at all. I think he's really dangerous.
The number 2, Federal Law, like Skywire, is trained by Mark Cassie, has already won over this course in distance. I liked his effort in the Coronation Futurity to close out his 2-year-old campaign, worked out an in-out trip, just no match for odds-on winner Avies Flatter, who is a very nice horse in his own right. He ran in the Rushaway last time out. It was not the easiest trip at all, and Mark Cassie has done very well over the past year with 3-year-old synthetic routers off of a 45 to 60-day layoff. 4 of 6, all 6 have hit the board, a $5.01 ROI. He had excuses in the Rushaway.
I thought he did. You know, mostly, I think, to me anyway, his big excuse there was that they just didn't get aggressive enough with him, because he broke running in that race, and he could have made the lead if they wanted it. And it just seemed like Gary Boulanger didn't want it. He wanted to let other horses take it. He wound up in very tight around the first turn. He lost a lot of position, and he just didn't run after that. His prior 2 races, his 2 races last November, I thought he ran really well in both of those. And if he builds off of those races in here, I think this is a field that he could be. They should really be aggressive. And we saw the pace projection. There's no speed in here. If he breaks like that again, they should just go to the lead with this horse.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Wando. You like the 2 Federal Law. You'd love to see Gary Boulanger be aggressive, and I don't see why not. We've seen this horse make big mid-moves in the past.
Right.
He has the speed. He is an underrated horse breaking from the gate. He breaks well leaving the gate. He is 9-5 on the morning line, the second choice. Give me numbers.
Yeah, I like 2-1 in here, and I didn't really want anybody else. I like Federal Law, and I hope they're aggressive with it.
I really hope there's a little bit more pace for Global Access because while I think he can sit 3 to 5 lengths off the lead, he might be better from even further back. And maybe Federal Law getting aggressive is a good thing for Global Access because it livens up the pace a little bit. This horse has the figs on turf in his last couple. He is proven and was visually impressive on dirt. I'll give him a chance. He's the third choice on the morning line at a scant 2-1. I'll go 1-3 in the $100,000 Wando Stakes. The feature race at Woodbine on Sunday. Bet it with a DRF Bets account. Deposit 100, bet with 250. DRF Bets. Ready, set, bet. Approximate post time for the Wando, 4:22 Eastern. Good luck.